Hello, welcome to the sideboard here at the StarCityGames.com Open Series in Kansas City. I'm Nick Miller, alongside Chris Wolfmeyer. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
I would say so. We started the stream back up on the Legacy coverage with you, playing the sweet Leylines deck. You're X1-1 through 5 rounds. What made you bring this to the table?
I didn't want to play long games Legacy, so I thought, you know what, I'm either going to win quick or I'm going to lose quick with this.
Right, we caught wind of this yesterday while you were playing some trials, I believe.
Yep.
It was brought to our attention, and we're like, this is a deck, from our memory, we don't think I've ever had on camera. You know, it's like, you've heard tale about it like Loch Ness Monster, but you've never seen it. We start the stream with it, you beat a Death and Taxes player. Let's go over the deck real quick. You have 27 Leylines, which can all start and play.
Yep.
And then your main focus is Serra Sanctum to play Opalescence, or you Helm of Obedience, kill them because of Leyline of the Void.
Yes.
That's the gist of the deck.
It is.
Now, what are all the moving parts, and how do you fight through certain decks that will fight you?
Well, I like to think that this deck plays a lot less Magic than even Dredge does. They say Dredge doesn't play Magic, this plays less.
A mighty claim.
Like I said, the main point is to get at least 4 Leylines in play. You can get 3, and then if you have a Serum Powder, it makes the 4th land. You can crop rotate any of these, these here and those there for your Serra Sanctum, which then gets you to 4 mana. You cast the Opalescence. You got Tudor. You can tutor for the Tree Tails. You can tutor for the Helm of Obedience.
So your tutor package is 4 Enlighten, 2 Idyllic. Grab all your enchantments. Your Enlightens can grab you your artifacts, so your Helm, your Wind Condition, or your Treetop, which then you can crop rotate for a Serra Sanctum to pump out your stuff.
Yep.
Now, Serum Powder, we saw on camera, pretty useful. Mulligan game 1. You even cast one to use as mana, which was important to get around Thalia.
Yep.
So, pretty utility there.
It is.
Now, you've got Opalescence, which back in the day in Standard with Replenish used to be a kill condition. Here, you can play that turn 1, and because all your Leylines started in play, they have haste.
And you can win turn 1 before your opponent does anything.
Right. How many Leylines have you been able to put into play before the game started today? Like, what's the max?
I made 5, but still took a few turns to find the kill feature.
Okay.
But even the Leylines can hold an opponent off by themselves.
Right, and due to some of the abilities of the Leylines, you just get this collateral splash damage on decks that you can just beat. You said you beat Dredge with Leyline of the Void twice already?
Twice. They didn't play a single spell.
Just start with that card, match over. Also, good against like the Rug Delver decks or the people using Tarmogoyf, stuff like that. All right. Other important Leylines, Sanctity, so you can't be targeted.
Oh, yeah.
Name the litany of decks that, that's super important for.
Against Burn, against Imperial Painter, against Storm. It helped earlier against the Sword Fire and Ice. Those are the main ones.
All right. And you have a bunch of these other Leylines that you sort of call just Leylines that don't hurt you.
Yeah.
Point those ones out.
The Leylines that don't hurt me, the Life Force, the Vitality, the Anticipation are nice.
Meek.
The Meek.
Yeah.
Really, the Meek is the weakest one. That's why there's only 3 of it. I needed to make a cut, so I made the Meek cut.
All right. Now, you said Life Force helps you in the sideboarded matches when you needed to get Chancellor of the Annex into play.
It helps against Bug and Rug Delver and other Delver variants because that's one of my worst matchups. They have counterspells, they have wastelands. Those things destroy me. So I have many opponents try to force my Chancellor. I just point to my Leyline, and then I have a Delver blocker.
Delightful. You also got Suppression Field, a modern staple, doing work here, shutting down Wasteland. Anything else you're super worried about? Or
Mana screwing people with fetch lands.
Yep.
Ether Vial.
A lot of utility.
Deathrite Shaman, non-mana ability.
All right. So you've got the 4 Serra Sanctum with the crop rotation package. And then you've got a bunch of Brass, City of Brass, or Mana Confluence that can also help you out. So this main deck is pretty sweet. There's a bunch of cool stuff in the sideboard. Let's take a look here. You've got the 4 Annex of the Chancellor, which you just mentioned, and that's important against the Delver decks and Force of Will decks.
Yes.
Go over some of these other choices. You got 3 Oblivion Ring effects. What's that most important for?
They go against Sneak and Show. I cannot beat Gaddock Teague without them.
Okay.
If I have Anticipation in play, it helps me beat Blood Moon Effects. But otherwise, I die to Blood Moon Effects and Gaddock Teague a lot.
Yeah, it does not appear that you could tap for any mana in this deck with Blood Moon. That's helping your win condition.
I can tap for Leyline the Punishment.
Yeah. All right. We've got a couple Replenish. Is this just old school, just got to get them back, or like?
That's where I bring in Golgari Charms and Wear Tear against me.
Okay.
And just blowing me out with that. So it's especially sweet with Anticipation.
All right, yeah. Now you got a Rest in Peace, which is sort of like an extra Leyline of the Void.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I've played it as insurance because they can bounce one with Echoing Truth, the other one doesn't go away.
Okay. Just a fail safe there.
Yep.
You got another suppression field.
Just an extra one when I need it.
Curse of Exhaustion.
It's mainly against Storm because they want to play more than a spell. I don't have a good match against Elves either.
Yeah, I can see that. And this just basically doesn't even affect you. You're only playing one spell anyway, as you usually only have like one land.
It's also an aura for my opponent, so it doesn't affect me.
Indeed, because it curses them.
It curses them.
This deck is just throwing so many curveballs. All right, you also got Ghostly Prison.
It's against aggro decks. It's insurance against Manaless Dredge and Dredge. I put it in against aggressive decks in general.
Okay, and a Ruined Halo and a Stony Silence, bringing up the rest of the board.
Yep.
What did you lose to today?
I lost to Death and Taxes on a play mistake, sadly.
Okay.
Yeah, I had searched and played the Helm, and he had the Revoker.
Ooh.
And then I could not find the Opalescence in time.
All right. Yeah, we just had you on camera versus Death and Taxes. He did not put up as much of a fight.
Nope.
He did try to wasteland you, but you had the extra Sarah Sanctums to get there. All right. This deck is pretty sweet. Why would you recommend somebody play this in their next Legacy tournament?
The same reason I'm playing it. If you don't want to play long, drawn-out games, you're going to win quick, you're going to lose quick. And you can just get explosive wins, and it gets a lot of attention.
Yeah, in a world full of grindy matchups and miracles, seems like a fun way to go out in style.
It is.
All right, Chris, well, thanks for sitting down with me in the sideboard. And stay tuned to StarCityGames.com all weekend long for more action here in Kansas City.